in a PG-13 rated movie. Give me the logic on that one, for fuck's sake. Both Titanic and The Fifth Element showed titties in the movie. Pretty much full out. And they get PG-13 ratings. When you get Clerks, who no nudity whatsoever, and they just really bad language, and they get an R rating. Actually, they got an NC-17 rating. You had to edit it some more just to get an R rating, and that just had language in it. No nudity whatsoever. Actually, the only Kevin Smith movie that I know of that had any nudity at all was Mallrats. Yeah. I'm excluding Zack and Miri. I'm talking about the View Askew universe. Mallrats was the only one that had any nudity, and that was the actress that played the blonde chick. God damn it, I forgot her name. Joey Lauren Adams, I think it is. She's the squeaky girl voice, and she's a blonde, petite little sexy thing. And you see her titties when Silent Bob dresses up as Batman and flies to the mall, and he goes head first into the dressing room. That was really funny. But but Clerks gets an R rating for the language. NC-17. I'm going to say NC-17 because they had to edit it. They get an NC-17 for the language. And, Titanic gets a PG-13, and they showed titties. It's fucking retarded. Anyway. Now, to Superman Returns. Superman Returns, fuck you, is a great superhero flick. First of all, okay, this is what I gather from most people that don't like it. The people that don't like it are usually diehard fans of the first four. When I say first four, I mean first two, because 3 and 4 are not good movies at all. Okay, they're just parodies of themselves. I mean, it's fucking retarded. But when it comes to Superman Returns, it's considered the true sequel, somewhat, to Superman 2. While it was being made, Christopher Reeve and his wife died. Both of them in the same time span, like 3 months before each other. The movie was dedicated to them, and it was also a good homage. It was made as an homage to the original films. And if you watch Superman 2, it's long, it's drawn out. To some people, it's probably boring, but it's an epic. It's supposed to be slow. Not much action is supposed to happen, and that's what these people are bitching about. Oh, Brandon Routh is trying to imitate Christopher Reeve. First, he's not trying to imitate; he's trying to act. Well, I guess acting like him is imitating, but to me, imitating is a parody of something. When you imitate somebody, it's a parody. So I'm going to say he's acting like Christopher Reeve because it's who he's supposed to be playing. Christopher Reeve's Superman. The guy looks almost identical to what Christopher Reeve looked like back then. He talks like him. Clark Kent was really good, and he says the same shit like when the plane crashes and he lands it in the ballpark. He says, "Don't let this deter you from flying. It's still the most safest way to travel." And I think Christopher Reeve said that in Superman 1 or 2 when he saved the subway from flipping out. Lois Lane in the movie still has the smoking problem that Superman still blows out the lighter when she's trying to smoke, light the cigarette, which I would probably fucked him up with some kryptonite for that. You don't fuck with my cigarette. What else? It was pretty much the damn same, except for it was a little darker, sure. And Lex Luthor was exactly the same. He was a little more evil than Gene Hackman's. Kevin Spacey did a really good job as Lex Luthor, but he still had the comedy bit. He still flipped out over certain things. He still wanted real estate. That's what Gene Hackman's wanted. He wanted to destroy the world for his own real estate, for his own greed. Superman and Lois went flying like in the first one with the same music. It had the same opening. The same style opening with the letters jumping out at you and the music. The epic ass Superman music is so good. Just the story was really good. I mean, Superman comes back after a 5-year sabbatical. He's out looking for what he thought was left of Krypton. Or no, he thought Krypton was still there or some shit. I never really got that part. But Lois Lane has, moved on. She's engaged to Perry White, the editor of Daily Planet. She's engaged to his nephew, and they have a son. Well, she thinks it's his son. We'll find out later it's Superman's kid. Just I don't know how they fucked. It's kind of weird. Anyway. And Lex Luthor has a harebrained scheme that, well, actually it's not too harebrained, it actually started to work. He goes to the Fortress of Solitude, and he steals a crystal. Now the crystals from Krypton, if they're planted in Earth's soil, grow. Like, that's how the Fortress of Solitude was made. It grew after Superman threw crystal into its North Pole. But he has another ultimatum. He's going to insert a Krypton crystal into a cylinder made out of kryptonite. So when he throws it into the ocean, it will grow in a mixture of kryptonite and the crystal. So Superman, when he gets on the continent, he won't kill him because it's a mix, but it'll take away his powers. He'll have no powers. That's his whole point. He wants to make his own continent to where he can rule without Superman interfering. So what he does is he does it. He shoots it into the ocean. All this while, Clark Kent's trying to, integrate back into the system now. He's coping with Lois Lane and her having a new fiance and a kid. His heart's broken and shit, and she hates that Superman left. She's kind of pissed at Superman. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, main part. The continent grows, and what he wants to do is, what the whole point of it is the continent's going to wind up destroying half the United States. He's going to wind up destroying half the country. Half the continent, I should say. And it's awesome because, Superman finds out about it. He has no idea that it's part kryptonite, so he lands on the thing without knowing he doesn't have any fucking powers, which is fucked for him because Lex Luthor's there with about 4 henchmen. One played by Cal Penn, who played Kamar in Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle and Escape from Guantanamo Bay and Harold and Kumar's Christmas Story or whatever. Really funny guy. But it's a serious role for him this time. He's one of, Lex Luthor's evil henchmen. So Superman gets there and he's all, blah, 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 I'm going to, lock you up, Lex Luthor. Lex Luthor's like, haha, fuck you. Punches him in the face, I believe, and he falls down these set of stairs, like natural stairs. I don't know how that happened. And then he has, this is actually my favorite part of the movie, too. He has Cal Penn and the other henchmen beat the fuck out of Superman, dude. I'd say not quite as brutal as Joe Pesci getting killed in Casino, but damn close. I mean, it's fucking brutal ass. I mean, I'm getting sad just watching because Superman's my favorite superhero, or one of them. It's a tie between him and Batman. But it's just so sad seeing this guy who's invincible getting whooped by fucking humans. It's not cool. They're grabbing him by his neck, forcing his face into puddles of water and kicking his face, kicking his everything. And he's just beating the shit out of him. They stop after Lex Luthor walks up, and Superman stands up triumphantly like, haha, you didn't take me down. Fuck you. And then Lex Luthor stabs him in the side with a kryptonite dagger and breaks the dagger inside of his body, which is kind of fucked up. He almost died. And then he kicks him off. It happens right there on the edge of a cliff. Lex Luthor kicks him off the cliff, and he falls into the water. And apparently Perry White's nephew is a pilot, and he has a seaplane, which is pretty convenient, actually. But Lois and the kid and Perry White's nephew, I believe, is Jason. I think it's Jason. I don't know. Anyway. So they save Superman. They see him fall. They dive in, grab him, and they take the kryptonite dagger out of his, side there, right by his kidney, I'd say. And he recuperates because he's away from. He's not on the continent. So, and then of course, in good old-fashioned Superman style, he flies under. He zooms under the water, under the continent, which isn't fully formed yet. And he picks it up, and he flies it out into space and throws it towards the sun. And that drained all of his energy. Because he was already stabbed by kryptonite, didn't have much left anyway. And he falls back to Earth and slams right into the ocean again. And they have to take him to the hospital because he's unconscious. The hospital figures out that they can't do shit to him. And then later on, they find him. He's not there in the hospital anymore. Blah blah blah. Anyway, all in all, a very good, simple, straightforward superhero story that fuck you people is really good. I really don't know the reason why people don't like this movie. I mean, people have their opinions, sure. But to me, from what I've noticed, is that it's because they tried too hard to be a Christopher Reeve Superman movie, which it technically was. That's what the whole point of making that movie was about. Is to give, I guess, to give it a fitting ending. They opened it up for a sequel because the kid wound up being Superman's kid. But it bombed in the theaters, which, I mean, it's not that bad of a thing. I think it was a good ending for the series anyway. I mean, it would have been cool to see another one. But now that Man of Steel's coming out, and I've seen the previews for it, Jesus fucking Christ, it looks good. I hope it is good. You know, you get disappointed sometimes. But I really hope it's a good movie. Well, those are the movies. Titanic, I fucking hate. Everyone loves it. Superman Returns, I love it, and everyone fucking hates it. But I'm right, you're wrong, so fuck you. When I give my opinions about a movie, you better fucking follow my opinion, because I said so. That's why. That's why. If I say Batman and Robin's an excellent movie, you better believe it. Oh, it's not. Believe me, it's not fucking good at all. I'm not going to even say that. Don't even... Ugh. K. Wallace 0307 loves that fucking movie. Fucking know why at all. I gotta give a shout out though to K. Wallace 0307 and the Heretic 420. They're my buddies from Job Corps. Known them for a while now. I'd say, well, Phil, I've known you for about 2013 now. 2.5 years going on, actually. This summer will be 3. This August will be 3 years I've known you. And Kevin, you know, K. Wallace 0307. Known you since October of... Was it? No, not October. December of 2011. Yeah. So this year will be 2 years this December I've known you. So. And, you know, I'm my buddies, you know. It's awesome. But, anyway. I can't think of anything else to talk about right now. So, I'll see you guys later. And, thanks for watching. Bye.